Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make this lace up cutoff sweatshirt or t-shirt. It's a DIY. Hope you enjoy it. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Let's get started. Today what you're going to need is a sweatshirt or a t-shirt, a yardstick or a measuring tape. You're going to need a hammer, some ribbon, any kind, any color, whatever your preference is. Now you're going to need some scissors, a Sharpie or a pen to mark where your holes are going to go, and some of these eyelets. You can find them at Michael's, just like I did. And you have to buy the eyelet kit. You only have to buy it once. I had already opened it, so I wanted to show it to you in the pack. So the first thing you're going to do is unfold your sweatshirt or your t-shirt. You're going to want to fold it lengthways in two so the sleeves meet up and both sides of the t-shirt or sweatshirt meet up. You want pretty much all the seams to meet up, because when you cut your collar off, you don't want any wrinkles, especially right there where you're going to cut, because then you'll make a jagged cut. So I start right under the seam of the crew neck, or whatever, if you're doing a sweatshirt, t-shirt, depending. I'm just going to say sweatshirt since that's what I'm doing. So you cut right under the seam on the first layer, and then I incorporate the second layer, as you can see, and I cut all the way up towards the shoulder. This is creating my cutoff. This is one of my favorite sweatshirts. I actually bought it at a consignment store in Portland years ago, and I thought I wore the heck out of it as a sweatshirt, so I decided just to experiment with this sweatshirt and just cut it up. Okay, so I thought the shoulders were a little bit too wide, so I cut off a little extra, and that's how you create the off the shoulder look, or the cutoff look for your sweatshirt. Okay, next what we're going to do is cut off the sleeves, because I want to be able to wear this sweatshirt like right now in the summer when it's still kind of warm, but at night if you're going to go out somewhere, you can just throw it on over a tank, or just wear it with some shorts or jeans. So you definitely want your seams to match like the previous cut you made. And you're going to cut, I leave about, I'd say about 5 inches on the top, and then I start cutting. Depends on if you want to make it sleeveless, or if you want to make the sleeve longer, or if you want to just keep it the way it is, that's fine too. But to be honest, this isn't a perfect project. It's just a fun one, and it's a way to change up whatever sweatshirts maybe are your favorite and you just want to switch them up. Okay, so now I have a short sleeve cut off sweatshirt. Next, what we're going to do is add the eyelets on the back of the sweatshirt. So I turned it upside down, and you want to make sure that your band is obviously still intact. If you don't want to cut it, that's fine. I want to keep mine. You're going to fold it in half, and you're actually going to measure the half. Once you measure all your seams, put your seams together, you're going to measure one corner on the top and one corner on the bottom. That way you know that's the middle of the sweatshirt, and that's literally where you're going to cut it. So you're basically going to make one straight up cut. Now, if you're not good at cutting, you can just make the whole line, or draw the whole line, so you can draw yourself a guide basically. But I cut all the time, so I'm not really afraid of making a mistake, and if I do, it's no big deal. So now you're going to want to put these cuts together, so wrong side to wrong side, obviously, like so. Want to make sure they match up. And you're going to want to cut a little extra, because when you put the eyelets or the hardware so you can lace it up and put your ribbon on, your sweatshirt's going to be really big on you, so you're not really going to even be able to tell that it has that nice detail in the back. So I'm going to cut, I cut about 2.5 inches extra of the sweatshirt off, just to make it a little smaller in the back, so you can tell a little bit better once you have your detail on there. So now you're going to measure where your holes are going to go. The way I did it is visually. I'm not that great with numbers, but I am really good with visuals. So I put my eyelets or my hardware where I thought I would want them. Each pack comes with 8, or the pack I bought came with 8, so I know I needed 4 for one side and 4 for the other. I would have liked to have more than 4. I'll probably go buy another kit and do another hole in between these 4 holes just so it looks even better, but just for time's sake and video's sake, I just did the 4. So you want to place them once they look good where they're going to go in even spaced. You're going to put your hardware on there. You're going to draw a dot in the middle, as you can see, and then you're going to place your yardstick or your measuring tape and place a mark on where your mark is on your t-shirt. That way, when you flip it on the other side, you have your mark already on the yardstick or the measuring stick, and you already know where your hardware is going to go on the opposite side. And this way, it'll match up with the other side. So once you place your hardware, again, you repeat that same step you did previously, and you mark it with a Sharpie, and that way you know that's where your hardware goes. So now we're going to get started on the hardware, on adding the eyelets. So you're going to take your little hole and you're going to make a tiny little nip with scissors. The whole objective is for the little tail of the eyelet to fit in there so you can secure it. So I basically just folded the little Sharpie dot and I basically just nicked it with the scissors and started to make it a little larger just by nicking it around the diameter of the circle. Once it's large enough to fit the eyelet, then you stop cutting. You're going to put it in through that way. You can fit it before you work on adding the eyelets permanently. Now this is pretty permanent, so you got to make sure you're doing it right. Okay, so your hardware or your kit comes with 2 items. It's the base. So you're basically going to put your eyelet with the little tail upside down on the little ring. That's the base. It fits in there perfectly. There's a groove that fits it perfectly. So your tail is facing up, and then you're going to get the piece with the prongs on there and put it facing down through the little tail of the eyelet. And then you're going to place the shorter bottom of the kit on the snap, and then you're going to hammer it. You're going to have to do it a couple of times until you make sure that it's really secure on there. Otherwise, they'll start falling off. And really, you're just going to repeat the steps 4 on each side. Like I said, I really want to add more eyelets because I think it'll end up looking better with more. But I really didn't pay attention to how many were in a kit. I think I just got them and brought them home. See, I had to do this one a little bit more just so it would be a little bit more fastened. But it's pretty cool. Once you learn how to do the snaps and use the snaps, you're going to want to do it on everything, I promise. You can do it on your jeans, on your jackets. It's kind of cool. So there I have all 8 snaps or eyelets ready, and all I have to do now is thread my lace through, and I'm basically going to do it in a cross motion, kind of like a tennis shoe. I did see a similar sweatshirt made from Anthropologie. I'm sure it was pretty pricey, and they used a shoelace, which is pretty cool. It's a pretty cool idea. Just get one of those fat laces, and I think that would be awesome too. But I liked the black ribbon contrast on this heather gray sweatshirt. Plus the letters in the front are black, so I thought it went together nicely. And I mean, that's pretty much it. It's really easy DIY. You can add as many or as little eyelets as you please, and it's really fun and easy and simple, and it's almost something that you guys can do with your kids too. If you have old sweatshirts or t-shirts that you want to show them how to redo, or plan a project for one of the afternoons that you guys aren't doing anything. It's just fun to make these different projects, and it's fun to recycle too, because I'm all about it. I'm all about recycling. So once you have your knot made, you're pretty much all set, you guys. I loved it. I love this sweatshirt. I'm not getting ever rid of it. So I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed it. This is what it looks like. And again, I think I'm gonna add a couple more just because I'd rather have more than less. But I just wanted to show you the gist of it at least and have this video up sooner than later. But I really hope you enjoyed it. I'm so glad you came to watch, and I hope to see you on my next video. Thank you.